This is CBS42 Weekend Mornings.
Good morning. Happy Sunday. I'm Andrea Lindenberg. Welcome into CBS42 Weekend Mornings. With mortgage rates parked well above 6% and home prices sitting near record values, the housing market, it's tough to maneuver. So the question is, will 2026 bring some relief? Joining us this morning to help us answer that question, Joseph Daley, realtor with Keller Williams Realty. Good to see you.
Hey, thanks for having me today.
Yeah, everybody looks at you and probably says, okay, is it going to get better? Tell me.
I know, and everybody's asking, and this year prices are expected to level out.
Housing prices
Yes.
are just going to stop just soaring.
Well, you know, so the 2026 forecast is that they're only going to improve by about 2%.
But improvement's improvement.
Yeah, absolutely. So, you know, it's a lot calmer than the years we've seen, you know, the last 3 years or so, where it was just crazy. We saw home prices jump, you know, even up to as much as 25% in 1 year, which was just insane. I mean, it was just unprecedented for the real estate market. So
it's great if you want to sell your house, but then when you turn around and want to buy another house, you know, that's painful. But, you know, I like when I sit there in my house, the price of it, the value of it is growing.
Yeah, it feels good.
So will this year, do you think, be more buyer friendly or seller friendly?
Well, you know, for the first time in a long time, we're watching the market shift towards a buyer's market right now. The national inventory is up around 25%, whereas during the times in the last few years, we saw inventory as low as negative 25%. You know, so I mean, it's very definitely a different time. Buyers have more options now than they did in years past. Jefferson County actually is sitting at about 3.5 months of supply. Wow. So that keeps us moving towards what we call a neutral market, anywhere above that 3-month mark of inventory. And then once we get closer to the 5 or 6 month, it's more of a buyer's market. So that's what we anticipate for the rest of this year.
Mortgage rates, you think they'll inch down a little bit this year?
Yeah, but not drastically, thankfully. So, well, not thankfully, you know, it should not cause a frenzy. Let me say it that way. You know, I think one of the big contributors of pricing the way that it was back in 2020 and 2021 was because the interest rates dipped so quickly. And so affordability was there. And so we had a rush to the market because inventory was down, affordability jumped up, and so the demand just skyrocketed. So that's why we saw a great increase there. Also, there was a 10-year deficit in new home construction. So now that we've kind of caught back up with those numbers, yeah, we're getting back to a normalized market where pricing can now level out again for the first time in a long time, and buyers are going to be happy about it.
All right, if someone was thinking we're going to sell this year, what do you recommend is the best time for 2026 to put a house on the market? Yeah,
honestly, right now. We like to call it the winter renewal season of the year because it's right before the spring market really takes off. And so you have this great opportunity where there's already buyers that are serious. If people are looking for a house right now, they're really serious about finding a house right now. Otherwise, you got folks that have just been, you know, looking or maybe deciding.
Just
they're not quite ready.
Considering it, playing with the idea.
Yeah, absolutely. So now is a great time to list your house if you're considering selling in 2026 so that you can beat the competition and get ahead of all the other homes that are getting ready right now.
All right, so do people need to rip out carpet, replace it, paint the whole house, landscape the yard? What are some things that we need to consider?
Absolutely. So maybe not landscape the whole yard, but certainly spruce it up, right? Some new pine straw, mulch, whatever that looks like.
Pine straw covers just
a multitude of sins.
It does, and
absolutely.
It looks nice.
It really does. It just brings a nice, fresh look, right? As far as paint and carpet goes, absolutely. So now that we're entering into more of a buyer's market, it's really important that people think about condition is king. That's the point. Condition is king. So as buyers are looking, they're going to start comparing your home to other homes. And if your condition doesn't match, they're not going to see the price. So in order to win the beauty contest, we say it's a price war and a beauty contest, right? In order to win the price war, the beauty contest, you've got to be at least a contender there. So if you've got bad carpet, swap it out. If you need to paint a few places, touch up paint here and there, go ahead and do it.
Are you staging? I mean, is staging a house, that's equally as important too.
Yeah.
Having someone recommend, take this off the wall, put this.
Absolutely. In fact, part of our process is, it's kind of silly, but I go through with a stack of sticky notes. And I'm like, this has got to go, and this has got to go, and this has got to go, because it can be overwhelming for a buyer and for a seller.
And then we take it personally, like, why does my child artwork need to come off the wall?
Yes, it has nothing to do with your child. It has everything to do with the value that you can get from a buyer in this market.
It's funny, I had a woman helping me stage a house, and she said, Okay, you can leave the painted strawberry on the wall if it means that it was very sweet.
If it means that much to you, you certainly
leave
can.
it up there.
Absolutely.
Joseph Daley, always great to talk with you. Thanks so much for being here
Thanks
today.
for having me today.
Yeah, we appreciate it.